If March always feels like the longest month of the school year, this video is for you, because I refuse to burn out before May. February took a lot of energy. The pace, the grading, the emotional energy, it adds up. So instead of just pushing and powering through March, I'm resetting my goals, my mindset, and my habit. I'm choosing 3 focus areas to help me finish this school year strong, mentally, physically, and emotionally. March is a lot, so let's reset our goals and mindset together. And one of them completely changed how I show up in my classroom. All right, so what worked in February and what did not? January and the beginning of February were filled with snow days, transitioning into a new semester with new students. I decided to implement a new routine of doing attendance check-ins with this or that, and it worked at a previous school, but at this school, it just wasn't clicking with the students. I had to cut it out. It was just wasting time. They were forgetting. It just was not computing. So that definitely cut out. Something new that I implemented was a bell ringer, just something to get them to work immediately and to transition into the class. It's really nothing too deep or anything that connects to the lesson. It's just to shift their minds to that we're going to be in here reading, thinking, working, writing, all that jazz. It's kind of a fun prompt just to transition them into the room. And then I get into the heavy stuff. My master teacher wants me to make it more intentional, but we do a lot of intentional things during the class. What also has been working for me is this semester, I decided to take physical attendance and write down grades physically, because we do have them digitally in our learning platform as well as on Infinite Campus. But I use the paper as a backup and for me to stay on top of grading, because if I see it on paper in front of me, I know exactly what I need to fill in. I know exactly what's missing. I know exactly what I need to grade. And it's a way for me to double check myself, because I'm a human, I err, I mess up. So that way I have 2 places to correct things, sometimes 3. So that has been working for me, and taking paper attendance, because our school wants us to keep track of attendance for our students, and specifically in our district, apparently we're having attendance problems with students not showing up and parents letting them. Parents, send your students to school, make them come. It's beneficial for them. But when they start to miss days, we have to send communication, and then a certain amount of days counselors get involved. So I just want to keep track, because if I see it on paper myself, I know exactly when students are missing the amount of days, when I would need to send out parent communication, because when it's just digitally on Infinite Campus, I'm not able to do that. Taking physical attendance and writing down physical grades has been helping me. And my grading system has also helped me, is to immediately grade things when they come in. There is one assignment that I am still grading that I gave to the students at the beginning of February. It is now the beginning of March, but I'm getting it done. It's just that the other things were quicker to grade. And I've also been making sure that I implement my systems of using AI to create the... No, baby, that's my microphone. Yeah. Wipe your tears. I've been making sure to implement my systems and tools that I created with AI to help grading more smooth and to make it a lot quicker, and to create those comment banks for assignments to give students feedback. And that has been working so well. My students recently wrote short stories, and I was able to read through those, give them feedback, and give it back to them in a timely manner so that they could get it back to me with the re-edits if they chose so, or if they got below the 80%, so that they could try to get a higher score. And it makes it easier for me when I conference with students. Once I give them feedback, if they have questions, I can lay out the feedback and tell them exactly what I was saying, and they can see it right there and hear it from me that has made things so much smoother. And progress reports are coming out soon, so that means I have all the grade types that I need in order to show if the students are meeting, exceeding, or falling below the standard that we have for them during this time in the semester. Those are the things that have been working and have not. At home, the things that have and have not been working are as follows. I created a list of the days on which I want to clean certain parts of the house. I have not been doing so well with that because my consistency fell off just because some things were happening, or I wasn't home, or getting home late, or I was tired. I found every excuse, but I'm going to do better with keeping up with that. And what has made that easier is that we now have somebody coming to clean the house every 3 weeks. Yay! So in between those times, I can maintain those spaces and do better in between with doing the little things of like putting things in their proper place. The one thing that has not been working well is laundry. I don't know why. I can put it in the washer, I can put it in the dryer, I can take it out, I can fold it, but it cannot find its way into the drawer or the closet until it's time to do laundry again. Also, last week, my oldest, she does her own laundry, but it took her forever to get it done. It took her a week, a whole week. She just put it away a week after she started washing it. So our laundry system needs to be tightened up. But at home, most things, I have systems in place, but the thing that needs to be corrected is my consistency. The goals that I want to focus on are health, peace, and my consistency in the classroom and at home. At the end of February, I actually restarted my health and fitness journey. I went to the doctor a couple weeks ago. I've been having issues with my hip, and it could be a genetic thing, and I was allowing that to keep me from working out. But when I got to the doctor's office and they weighed me, and I saw that I weighed 182 pounds, which is more than I weighed when I was 9 months pregnant with Ellery. For me and my body and for my lifestyle, that was unacceptable. It's too close to 200 for me. And I can start to feel it and see it. So I'm not happy. I wanted to change those things. I started working out. I started a workout program. I started changing the way that I'm eating. And I am going to be meal prepping for the entire week. So my breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks are all planned out for the entire week. And I just have to prep them. So that's how I am shifting my health, because I want to show up better first for myself. I want to show up better for my family as well. I want to live a long, happy life. And even if this hip issue is genetic, I still want to be able to recover from it if I have to have surgery or whatever I need to do, or physical therapy, whatever. I am starting with myself. I'm taking control of the things that I can change. So my goal is to be healthier, to lose weight, and to eat better, and to have better mobility, flexibility, and muscle tone and strength. And your girl is gonna do it. With peace, the important part is having the systems and the things that I need in place in order to live and to be successful throughout my day and in life. I've talked previously in a video about my productivity hacks. So the things that I have set in place are just certain systems, in particular with cleaning, having somebody, the luxury of having somebody that can come in and clean, also preparing and doing the small things so that they don't become bigger tasks. And I am doing better with that, and also carving out that time for myself. For me now, working out, that's that time for myself. Setting my personal goals, such as, like I already mentioned, working out. I want to read a physical book. I want to read and study my Bible more. Those things are important, so that if I pour into my cup and I show up fully as myself, then I can show up fully for others, and that gives me peace. I need my time to myself, okay? And I need my people to understand that. I was working out yesterday and my daughter wanted to talk to me. I'm sitting here doing cardio, breathing. I need to build up my cardio strength again. Breathing hard, and she's asking me questions. I'm like, go ask your dad. Please. I'm working out. This is my time. Can I just have a minute? Can my time be my time? Please. So that is giving me my peace of mind. And when it comes to having peace of mind, I think heavily consistency connects with that, especially with my job as being a teacher in the classroom. Consistency is key. The one focus that completely changed how I show up in my classroom this month is consistency. Not new systems, because I already see how those failed. Not new ideas, consistent routines, and consistent energy. My students always say, oh my God, you have so much energy. How do you always... I gotta be consistent. I gotta show up and be me and do the things that I know work every single day. What that looks like practically in my classroom is the same warm up every day. Clear timer and transitions. I have timers on my slides. I also have a clock timer in my room. The expectations for that are always clearly stated and visually written. Grading blocks scheduled instead of reactive grading. Having that intentional time of when things will be graded and when they will be put into the system, so I don't have students constantly asking me, when is this going to be graded? What is my grade? My grade's not updated. And I don't have the higher ups bothering me. Leaving school at a set time. This is very intentional. If I do not have a meeting after work, I am leaving that school building at 2:30, if not sooner. My time is my time. My office hours are set. I think we talked about this before. If you've seen Red from the 5 Heartbeats, I don't want to hang anybody over a balcony. That's an important boundary. And a minimum of 30 minutes daily moving. And this aligns with my personal health goal. That's why I started a workout routine. And also even on my rest days, intentionally moving and staying active. March isn't for reinvention. It's for refinement. I already have the systems in place. I have the skills. I have the knowledge. I just have to adjust and fine tune some things because life shifts and changes and I have to go with that flow. So it's not just about going with whatever happens and shifting with every wind that blows. Of course, sometimes we have to pivot, but when something is not working, you have to refine it and fine tune it. And I think I have done those things necessary to have that consistency, which is the thing that totally shifted everything. I mentioned this a little bit earlier in this video, but small habits shift everything. Those 2-minute tasks that take 2 minutes, get them done, because once they start to build up, 2 minutes can turn into 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. It's those little things. And my husband says it all the time. He said it to me today. Instead of just taking your shoes off in your bags and leaving it there, just take it up to your room. It's those little habits that change everything. And I've already seen the results of shifting my behavior and shifting the things that I do and doing those things immediately instead of putting them off, because I can be the biggest procrastinator if I let myself. Picking up those small habits, that's when it becomes a lifestyle. I'm currently following Sydney Cummings' workout routine, and she is very motivational. And when she talks about showing up for her workouts, she said, you just need to show up. You don't have to have the energy. You don't have to be motivated, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but you've done the first thing by showing up. And that's how you're going to achieve your goals, change your life, and create habit and lifestyle changes. Moving forward now, March is not about creating new routines, new ideas, new lessons, new systems, new routines. No, we're not doing any of that. We're refining what we already have, continuing what works and making it better, and removing those things that do not work. If you are refining your goals, your systems, and your routines, this is the right place for you. You are already watching, so go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. And if any of this resonates with you, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out. Thank you all so much for watching. Come with me as we refine on this March journey, and drop a March goal down below in the comments. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.